Hi, I'm the Bullockhead, and I'm here to talk about LEGO Legacy. Today we're going to talk about my top 5 beginner tips for just starting out in LEGO Legacy. So let's check it out. Tip number 1. Do invest in the pirate team. So one of the gates in this game is gold. There's another in XP scrolls, but the biggest one is in gold. Now, you will have a training event that allows you to gain bonus gold every day, or not every day, but every so often. But there is also a special event that is pirates only, where you need to get pirates high up in stars in order to unlock and fight and get more bonus gold. So more bonus gold equals faster leveling, equals faster progression. So don't neglect your pirate team. Tip number 2 is AoE is devastating against the AI controller. So the AI controller is not the greatest when it comes to burning down your minifigs. It will not focus on one unless they have taunt or the only one available to attack. It will spread out the damage. So AoE is devastating against them because it is not burning down your figs. So all your AoE attackers get a decent amount of time being up and can really make or break some events. So when I first noticed this, I focused on my AoE attackers, and I was able to clear out a lot of the game just by myself without any guild help. When I got my guild help, I would pick tanks overleveled tanks who would be able to help mitigate the damage on my AoE attackers, and it really allowed me to sail through the game. I'm level 40 now. I've beat all the campaigns. So don't neglect your AoE attackers. The AI controller is not smart enough to really fight against AoE attackers. So this is especially good in PvE to unlock the campaigns. When you unlock the campaigns, you unlock being able to farm the very important minifig tiles, and the faster you unlock those, the more time you'll have being able to farm the good ones. So AoE is devastating. I would suggest as you're leveling up to focus on AoE in the beginning before you really focus on your team. Tip number 3 is make your currency purchases count. So I have a whole other video about where to put your currency purchases. So stay tuned for that one. That's coming in a few days. But remember that tiles are where you want to put your currency purchases. So your arena currency, your mashup coins, your guild coins, you want to invest those into tiles. Tiles are a huge roadblock to getting the most powerful a fig can be. So you'll gear them up, you'll level them up well before you max them out on tiles. So try to invest in tiles early and often. When you're farming, farm tiles. But my advice is look at where the different minifigs tiles can be earned, because there's a lot of minifigs where their tiles can be farmed or bought. So make sure you pay attention to that and really focus on buying the tiles for figures that you can only get through tile purchases, through the currency purchases. You won't regret leveling up your guys this way, and it is a good way to spend this precious resource of the currency. One thing to note is that all mashup coins characters are farmable. So when you are farming for your mashup coins, make sure you pay attention and only put in where you're the weakest or where you really want to invest your currency. currency purchases there. Number 4, don't stress the early levels. Now, it's hard to do this when you're a new player, but you're going to level up to max level fairly quickly. When you level up to max level, it's all about farming the tiles. It's all about farming gold. It's all about farming XP scrolls. It's not necessarily about unlocking all the campaigns. So don't sweat these early levels. You will make mistakes. I did. Everyone does. You're experimenting. You're figuring out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and that's fine. Arena, you're going to be able to get fairly high in arena fairly quickly just by consistently playing. I'm not in top 100 yet, but I am in top 250. But the top 100 people, they've been playing the game longer than I have. Their star level's higher. You're not going to be able to compete with them right now. You just need to consistently play and farm good resources. So don't sweat these early levels. These early levels are a dash to the finish, to max level, so you can get to end game. And then you just need to consistently play. These games are all about consistent play and consistently using your resources. So you will level up, have fun, experiment. Do the training where you experiment with your guys. Play around with your arena team. These high-level arena teams, you're not going to be able to compete with them out of the gate. So you need to consistently play in order to really compete. So make sure that you can farm a full team of explorers. Make sure you can farm a full team of builders so you can progress in the campaign and unlock all the nodes for farming figures. You want to be able to get those on gold so you can really reduce the amount of time you spend in game, and you can just rate it. One of the reasons I say don't worry about the early levels is because you're really just focusing on farming tiles, farming gear, and the tiles that you farm in the course of leveling up to 40, the amount of tiles you farm, I think I was consistently farming Cactus Girl right from the very beginning, and she's not even at 4 stars for me. So you're not going to miss out on a huge amount of tiles. It might give you a little bit of edge if you play right from the beginning, but it's not going to be game breaking. So don't worry about these early levels. Have fun, get to know the game, just play consistently. That's all you got to do. And my number 5 recommendation is join an established guild with high-level players. I can't tell you how much it has helped me to be in a guild with high-level players. So when I'm going through the campaign, I pull out my guild allies, and my guild allies are able to get me turn a match where I couldn't have won at all into a gold victory. So being able to have these guild allies and unlock these farmable nodes early in the game really lets me farm the good characters quickly. So using guild allies is super beneficial. Get in a high-level guild with high-level characters so you can use their minifigs. And always use the minifigs every day. So every time you use a guild ally, you get 10 coins. Now, the rate that you can obtain guild coins is really low. I know that they're planning on instituting a higher level a way to get more coins with raids and with more guild events, but those are not in the game right now. So there's only 2 ways to get guild coins, and that is to use shared allies and share your allies. So that brings me to my next point, sharing allies. Every time your figure gets used, you get 10 coins. So The goal is to have your figures used as much as possible. Now, it may be very tempting to put in your highest level character, which might be Chicken Suit Guy, or Cactus Girl, or Hiker. But remember that if there's a lot of Chicken Suit Guys, if there's a lot of Cactus Girls, if there's a lot of Hikers in your guild, the chances that yours is going to get picked is fairly low. It's also important to remember that if I have my Hiker on my team, I'm not going to be able to pick your Hiker to use. It's just not even going to show up. So that's another way that you lose out because you're not even in the running anymore. So my suggestion is to share some figs that aren't being shared, your most powerful ones that are not being shared. I like to share tanks. They seem to get used fairly well. I like to share healers. They seem to get used fairly well by my teammates. But you will be tempted to share your most powerful guys. Pay attention to what you're doing there because it may not be the best move because you want to get your figs used. Okay, that is my top 5 tips for beginning players. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, check you later.